Today on the channel, we go across the Spiderverse with Spider-Man 2099 and Peter Parker.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Spider-Man Marvel Legends unboxing and review. And today we got a little Across the Spiderverse action with Peter Parker Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2099. But for all your Spider-Man Marvel Legends needs and a whole lot more, make sure you're hitting up DJC Collectibles. Use discount code 8OFFDJC to save 8% off your entire order. Gotta get a deal out there. And of course, going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And I guess we'll start off with Spider-Man Peter Parker. For the majority of people, maybe Peter Parker is Spider-Man. I always tell the story. It always blows my mind that when my kids, of course, 13 and 9, I believe, are their ages. I'll fact check that later. But I think that's their ages. Todd, what? Yeah, Todd in front of the couch says, "You're right, Kyle. Don't ever doubt yourself." You know, thank you, Todd. I needed that. But they always say Miles Morales is Spider-Man. So it always blows my mind a little bit because I come and many others come from the Peter Parker generation, of course. And speaking of Peter Parker, there he is. Not really looking like what I think of Peter Parker. But if you watch this movie, there's Peter Parker for you. You got a little graphics up there, of course, of some of the other Spiderverse characters. You got the logo at the top as well. Nice retro style card is how we call these. Retro, modern card. Different than your typical box Marvel Legends. How about that? On the back, big cross sell. We're unboxing all these here on the channel. Tons and tons of jibber jabber down low. UPC, little Peter Parker. No blurb, no nothing back here, unfortunately. Just going to be the way it is, I guess. So let's get old Peter Parker. Now, last series from the last movie, of course, we got Peter Parker in his, sweatpants, homeless Peter Parker almost. See you later, Spider-Man Styles. See you later, goodbye. Plastic prison. There he is. So this one's a little bit different. You get him basically suited up here. We can choose our own head adventure even. You can have him as Peter Parker. You can have him as Spider-Man. You get to choose. It's up to you. It's your figure. Do what you want. Do it however you want to do it. As we do say, and there it goes. See you later. Frisbee style. Goodbye. Out of the package here, 2 Fists of Fury on the character. Spider-Man hands. He's going to fly through the air. He's going to do that. So we get those. Then we're diving into the head sculpts here on old Peter Parker. Like I said, this is Peter Parker from the movie. Not necessarily what I think of with Peter Parker. And maybe I'm crazy. I go back to Spider-Man, the animated series from Fox. Usually when I close my eyes, I think of Peter Parker. That's what it is. After that, it's usually 90s comic book era Peter Parker, in my brain at least. And it depends on your age, depends on your reading for Peter Parker, and Spider-Man, of course, as well. But still a good-looking one. Matches up with the one we got prior, of course, in the last series as well, the one I was talking about in the sweatpants. Now, we do get the Spider-Man head here. So once again, you can really choose your own adventure. You can make him a straight-up Spider-Man, or you can make him Peter Parker. I'm kind of torn here. I'm leaning towards Spider-Man, though. We'll see what ends up happening there. But now, Peter Parker, he's here. He's ready to party, and he's a very gangly body, a long, lean, gangly body on him. Got a long face on him as well. Why the long face there, Peter Parker? Who knows? But a very stoic face there, blue eyes, blonde hair, looking good for what it is. Spider-Man logo right there on the chest, and of course, a Spider-Man suit. Very classic suit. You know, you get sometimes different colors of red, different colors of blue, but at the end of the day, you see this suit, you know it's Spider-Man. But looking good there. Of course, blue tights down the bottom, red boots here, Spider-Man webbing going on there. Arms all the way around for us. No butterfly on him there, but you do get a bicep cut. Double-jointed pinless elbows. You know I like those hits. Hands back and forth, side to side. Head back and forth, side to side. Hula hoop at the top. Big old ab crunch there, so he does got that newer articulation, a little bit of extra articulation for him here. You know we're here for that. Leg does go up. Thigh cut. Double-jointed pinless knees. Boot cut. Ankles back, forth, side to side, up and down. Pretty much your usual Marvel Legend articulation at this point here. But Peter Parker, a great character in this movie. He's kind of the wise Peter Parker, kind of like a big brother to Miles Morales, safe to say, I would say. Does he fit on a ringside collectible stand? What do you know? Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. As I say all the time, spend your money on your figures, not your stands, ringside collectibles. Make sure you get the Mattel stand. Make sure you use discount code Kyle. Peter Parker, not a bad piece of business here. If you're looking for this line, if you're looking for these Spider-Man, you got to have Peter Parker, of course. But you also got the big bad guy from the series. A bit of a plot twist there where Spider-Man 2099 is the bad guy. And I'll never forget when the 2099 Marvel Comics came out way back in the day. I was a little kid collecting comic books, and I was all in because the 90s kid generation, oh my gosh, it's a rookie card. It's a comic issue #1. I'm going to pay for my college. I'm going to pay for my retirement with stuff like that. Probably not the way it happened, but we all thought, oh, it's the #1 issue. It's going to be worth a ton of money. Well, we all know how that went there. But Spider-Man #1, probably one of the heaviest of hitters of the 2099 Galaxy, all things considered. I really like that Ravage character. He was kind of the new guy of the bunch, so I always enjoyed him. I wonder what he's up to. Anybody know what Ravage is up to these days? He's still living in 2099, or did he go somewhere else? Did he die? I'm guessing his comic book was canceled. But Hulk 2099 was okay. I was a big fan of Punisher 2099. Punisher, always an underrated comic, if you ask me, from way back when I was reading, of course. But Spider-Man 2099, always enjoyed him, but I don't think of him as a bad guy. But here we are in this movie. He is a bad guy, but this figure, we feel like we've seen this before, and we'll do a little comparisons here in a second, so stay tuned for that. Same packaging we saw before, 2099 Spider-Man. Big cross-sell back there. We're unboxing all these on the channel, so stay tuned for that. UPCs, jibber jabber, the usual song and dance in the Spiderverse apparently here. And there it goes. Up high. See you later. Goodbye. Spider-Man style right off the screen. See you later. Goodbye. And then there he is in the old plastic prison. Got the figure. Got an extra head. Got some extra hands as well. Playing all those 2099 hits. And I can't wait for that year of 2099. It's going to be like 1999 in the Prince song. I am currently working with good friend of the channel, Jeff George, so please, no one steal our ideas here. But we're working on a song about partying in 2099. See you later, goodbye. It's going to be like the Prince song, but totally different and way better. That's what we're saying right now. It's going to be the hit of 2099. We'll see if I make it that long. I think I will. I'll be old. Let's be honest. I'll be old, and Jeff will be old too, but we're going to rock like it was 1999, but it's going to be 2099. So stay tuned for that song. Probably going to release it in 2098 is our plan here. We want to have a build-up and want to have a whole year long on the charts is our plan. So much, much more to come on that in the future. Stay tuned for those keeping track at home. Splayed out hands with Spider-Man right here. You can do some of these kind of things. Do a little of this. Do whatever you want. We're here for that, of course. Now we get two heads here, and the magic in this one is the plain Jane head sculpt here. Very dark, twisted individual, 2099, of course. Got a nice haircut you can set my grandma's watch to. My grandma would say, it's getting a little long. Don't you think it's time for a haircut? But I do like it. It's styled well. That's what my grandma would say about this. Very pale skin tone, very evil face on him here. Now, you do get the Spider-Man 2099 head sculpted. It's amazing how small this head is, how big this head is with all this hair. How does he fit in here? I don't know what kind of sorcery is going on between those two, but if you like Spider-Man 2099, that's going to be the head for you. And I should just bring it out right now. You got that head before. We got this exact same body before in the last series. It's the exact same figure. Exact same figure, just a darker color of blue, a little brighter red, and obviously the head sculpt differences here. So talk about getting the most out of your molds. That's what it is right here. So to me, have to display him without the mask, have to display one with the mask, make him as different as we possibly can. You could grab the head off this one, put it onto this one. If that is your thing, you can move him around. But I don't know, it's disappointing. I would have liked to have seen something a little bit different, but it is the toy business. It's not the toy friendship and the toy what Kyle wants. It's the toy business at the end of the day. What? Todd McFarlane from the couch, a guy that knows a thing or two about Spider-Man, as we do know. What was that, Todd? You couldn't have explained it better yourself. Well, thank you, Todd. You know, I've been learning a lot of tips from you from this couch. You've been a breath of fresh air, a wise old wizard on the couch to me these last couple of years on the channel. And we all appreciate what you do from the channel, for the channel, but we just wish you'd put some pants on from time to time. At least I do. At least I do. But here he is, Spider-Man 2099. Now, we do get very similar articulation to Peter Parker. We don't get as much ab work here, though. We do get the traditional abs. We do get the waist. We get the arms all the way around, bicep cut, double jointed pinless elbows. Those are some hits I do like. Hands removable back, forth, side to side. Two fists of fury. Head back, forth, side to side, removable. You do get, of course, those Spider-Man 2099 splits. They're still doing the splits in 2099, and that's a line in our song that Jeff and I are working on, so stay tuned to that. You'll be blown away by that song, let me tell you. Thigh cut right there, double jointed pinless knees. And then no boot, I guess you get a little side-to-side up and down out of that ankle, but man, very small feet on him, but a big upper body, just like the last one, obviously. But not the easiest to stand. You got to get it just right with those little feet for him, but he will stand right there. But will he fit on a ringside collectible Mattel stand? What do you know? He will fit on a stand, so we're here for that. Peter Parker taking his last stand right here today on the channel. In the 2099 edition is what we got going on. And then we got the regular edition, I guess, regular edition Peter Parker, whatever you want to call it. The one I think of, at least, as my Spider-Man. I guess this isn't even Peter Parker. It's a different Spider-Man in 2099. I should mention that as well. But a tale of two Spider-Man, a tale as old as time. Which one do you prefer? To me, Peter Parker. But this one is cool for what it is. And 2099 Spider-Man holds a special place in 90s Kyle's heart. There's no doubt about it there. But there it is, two Spider-Man. What are your thoughts, though? Any thoughts on these two? Let me know in the comments down below. You made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. We got videos every single day and then some. We got even more content for you, of course, over there on Patreon. Patreon, best way to support this channel and all the content it does bring. Appreciate the support over there. ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. Pick up a t-shirt. Don't forget TikTok. All my sweet dance moves over there. Just trying to keep up with my dad, of course, in the TikTok challenges. It's tough to keep up with that guy, as we do know. SirPaul64 on the X. _Kyle_Peterson on Threads and on Instagram. So for Peter Parker and Spider-Man 2099, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.